Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I'll be previewing the New York Jets against the Miami Dolphins. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast wherever it is that you get your podcast. New episodes of Just Jets drop every single Wednesday, midweek now, so that we could react to the games and talk about the big storylines. Lots of fun, so definitely check that out. And also, if you haven't, maybe subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Matt O'Leary NY. You get bonus content over there. There's articles, podcasts, Q&As, whole bunch of stuff over there. Check it out if you're interested, and it's a lot of fun. So with that, let's get into the game. The New York Jets are playing the Miami Dolphins. Originally, they were supposed to be playing out in LA. That changed with everything going on with COVID, so they are going to Miami instead. And if you want to look at the DVOAs, which usually is where we start, the Jets are ranked 28th in offense, while the Dolphins are ranked in 15th. Defensively, Jets 25th. Gross. Dolphins 26th. Neither team has a really good defense. For Miami, they're coming off a dominant win in San Francisco, 43-17 on the road. A huge performance. They made Jimmy G look awful. And that was a game that no one expected them to win, but here they are. They won that game, and now they are in a position to win again. And when you look at what the Miami Dolphins have done this year, they are miles ahead of the New York Jets. I don't expect this to be a fun game. I really don't. In 4 of the 5 games the Dolphins have played, they have scored over 20-plus points. The Jets almost never score over 20-plus points. So in all likelihood, the Jets aren't going to be able to score enough to keep up with the Miami Dolphins, which is sad because they're led by Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's played really well. He has over 300 yards passing in 3 of the 5 games. He has 3 games where he looked pretty good and 2 where not so much. He's very streaky. We know that as Jets fans. He was the quarterback in 2015 and 2016. He leaves, goes to Tampa Bay, makes his way back to Miami, and that's where he is now. So he will get the start, and he's been playing really good football, and I expect him to have a good game against the Jets, probably throw for 250-plus yards, probably throw for a couple of touchdowns, because let's face it, this Jets secondary isn't very good. In Miami's passing attack, Devontae Parker is someone you got to watch, and Mike Gesicki is also someone you have to watch. Ironically, both of those players struggled under Adam Gase. They are both good now. They are free of Adam Gase, and they are playing good football. So is it frustrating? Yes, obviously it is. I'm kind of becoming numb to this Jets team right now and just trying to get through the next 11 games. And hopefully some guys on this roster are going to turn into players once they become free of Adam Gase, which should be just after 11 more games, hopefully earlier, but I'm not going to count my chickens on that one. As for the New York Jets, they will be starting Joe Flacco for a second week in a row. Sam Darnold's shoulder is not good to go, which means that he probably shouldn't have came back in against the Denver Broncos. And Mekhi Becton most likely is also not going to go, and that also means that he probably shouldn't have come into the game against the Denver Broncos. Bad coaching, just like I shrug because it's embarrassing that you put your 2 most important players in that position. Like 2 most important players on this team, Sam Darnold and Mekhi Becton, not even close. And both those guys played in a game they probably shouldn't have had been playing in, and they hurt themselves worse because now they're not available now 2 weeks after that game. Over 2 weeks because it was a Thursday night game. So that's great. Thanks a lot, Adam Gase. Flacco was okay. 18 of 33, 54.6 completion percentage, 195 yards, a touchdown last week. This week, I'm going to predict he's going to go 19 of 36, which is 52.7%. 205 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. I think that's about on par for what Joe Flacco's going to do. He's going to throw for around 200 yards, have a completion percentage around 55 to 60%. He's not going to push the ball down the field, and that's exactly what Adam Gase loves. He loves the short stuff. And we know the Le'Veon Bell drama. They're not going to have to give the ball to Le'Veon, so he's going to get to use his other guy in Frank Gore and run him up the middle a million times. It's going to be so much fun to watch this game, led by a 35-year-old with no future with the team in Joe Flacco and a 37-year-old no future with the team in Frank Gore. Tons of fun. Couple bright spots. So Jamison Crowder has played really, really, really good football. In the 3 games that he's played, he's gone over 100 in each of them. He has 2 touchdowns so far. Look for him to get a ton of work, and we might finally see Denzel Mims, and I'm excited for it. I like this kid a lot coming out, and I know he hasn't played in any of the first 5 games, but I'm really excited for him to get on the field. I know a lot of other rookie wide receivers, specifically Chase Claypool recently, who was a second-round pick. He went off, had a million touchdowns in that game against the Eagles last week. And I hope Denzel Mims can flash a little bit down the stretch and be a piece going forward. I liked him coming out. I thought he should have been a first rounder, and him sitting there in round 2 for the Jets in my eyes was a steal, so I'm excited to see him play. Let's get into predictions. So I'm going to say the Dolphins win this one 27-13. I don't think the Jets are going to be able to score a whole bunch. The Dolphins should be able to put up 25 plus points easily. This Jets defense is a joke right now. They're not playing good at all. And I've been 4-1 in my predictions so far. We're going to check in with Casey and see who she likes this week. Casey's on board with the Dolphins. She's 2-3. We are both going with the Dolphins, and I really don't know how anyone could pick the Jets. Obviously, if you take a step back and like before the season, I thought, okay, the Jets probably split with the Dolphins. Well, right now the Jets look like the worst team in football, and they have the worst coach in football, so I don't see how you could possibly pick them in this game. Against the spread, the Jets are 0-5, so if you want to make some money, bet the Dolphins -9.5. They should easily cover, and you should win some cash. So if you're into that, go for it. I completely think that's reasonable. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think about this game down in the comments below or on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.